Yeah. Yo, what's up, Melon Daddy? Yo, Hardhead, what's good, man? You got the keys to the car today or what? You gonna leave me today or what? We gonna play some Friday the 13th, man. You gonna pick me up or not? What's good, Hacks? Family Soldier, what's good? Diesel, what's happening, my man? All right, let's get straight into this. Um, Ricky, what's good, man? Good morning. Let's get straight into this. Okay, a lot of y'all saw my reaction to the Xbox conference and the Weapon World podcast, but I don't know if you guys saw my final thoughts or wanted to hear my thoughts because people was asking me, am I still gonna get the Xbox Scorpio or should I say the Xbox One X? So I was like, let me do a recap and give you my thoughts on everything I saw in the conference and how I felt about it after let it sink in and think about it. So this is what it's gonna be. Nev, what's good, fam? What's good, my dude? Let me pop out the chat so I can go to these thoughts. Okay. First of all, I see that my information was correct about the name of the console, so this is not going to be a woulda, shoulda, coulda, I told you so kind of thing. But yeah, so the name legit is Xbox One X. Now I'm gonna stick to what I said about the name of the console. I feel like they kind of shouldn't have called it Xbox One X due to the fact that they got the Xbox One S, and X and S is kind of similar. And for Christmas, just coming out around the holidays, I can see a lot of people going in the store and going, and you know how it is when you go to a game store, right? I can see a lot of people going to GameStop, parents saying, what's the difference between the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X other than the price? And you know how the people in the store are going to traditionally say, well, ain't no real difference, You can't really tell the difference. Probably just be graphics. It depends on your TV. If you got one of those fancy, expensive TVs, then yeah, you get the Xbox One X. But you're not going to really be able to tell much difference unless you have one of those TVs. So everybody's going to go, oh, then I'm just going to get the Xbox One S. And that's going to cause a problem. I don't care what nobody says. A lot of casual people are not going to go, let me get an X instead of an S if an S is cheaper. He said maybe that was the point, but the employees don't know shit. That's the whole point. That's going to drive the narrative of selling the Xbox One S more than the X. Yeah, think about a parent going into the store. I mean, I had my parents do this before. They asked me what game I wanted, and you know how your parents ask you what game you want, and you know you're not gonna get it right away, but at some point they're gonna go get you a game, and they come home with the wrong game, and you be just sitting there scratching your head like, yo, if I ask for Double Dragon, how you come home with Adventures of Bayou Billy? That's night and day different. And then of course they're gonna tell you, oh well, the store didn't have it. And as you get older, you start realizing that was bullshit your parents told you. They just got that game because it was like, whatever deal they could get, whatever was going on for whatever reason, you ended up with a different fucking game from the one you asked for. And this Xbox One X and S is a classic example of that happening. So a lot of kids this Christmas are going to end up with an Xbox One S by accident. And some kids may end up with an Xbox One X by accident. Of course, those are the wealthier parents. So the name is definitely, even though I was right about the name, I think the name is a bad idea. Scorpio probably would have been a better ideal because that name is more synonymous with something different than the Xbox One S, even though S and Scorpio might confuse people, but at least you could hear the distinctive difference. Now, the other thing is the price. For $499, a lot of people are not going to buy the console. I was actually teetering on not buying it just to teach them a lesson as far as, okay, for what you showed at the conference, the price you're asking for is not cool. Like I said, I always knew the actual PS2 greatest hits games. Six on what's good, fam. So between the name and the price, I kind of feel like Microsoft already started this off wrong. Okay, so I don't know. I'm hoping it'll do well, but I highly doubt for $499 with a PS4 Pro being out there with marketing deals and all the first come serve and this down the third. Sony might have the upper hand here, you know. 450 would have been cool, but that's still too much. Jonathan, good morning. That's still a little too much. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And BG spoke about this in his podcast, and he was 100% right. Backwards compatibility for Xbox original games. I mean, my guys, like, come on, bro. Come on. I mean, that was the highlight of the conference, and that's bad. That was bad. That's bad. Yeah, and that's another thing. These just said seeing these games in the conference made me want to play all these games on PS4. That's the thing. The fact that they kind of strayed away from the reason that the version of the game would run better on this console made me feel like there was no reason to pay that any mind. The PlayStation is going to have a lot of these games running at 1800p, and obviously Scorpio is supposed to have them running at 4K. The difference between 1800p and 4K it's a difference. You should be able to notice that difference, but the problem is the way the games are being rendered and texturized and the polygon counts and all of that stuff. It's not going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough for Microsoft to get away with the claim of having native 4K and it actually mattering to the gamers. I don't think it's going to be enough to push them over the edge. Melon Daddy said The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, and God of War, those three alone were winning three for Sony. And I hate to say this, but I do agree. Now, the other thing is you got things like Days Gone and all these other games that they have not talked about yet. So they have a lot of hard-hitting AAA titles, man. You know, that's the bad thing. So we already know tonight to expect something good. We already know that just because there's so many games we're looking forward to. So let's continue to talk about Microsoft here. They had a bunch of games that were announced, well, that they're working on, but what they did announce in particular was that Final Fantasy 15, Resident Evil 7, Ghost Recon, and Rocket League will be receiving a 4K enhancement. Now, they didn't specify if this was native 4K, but clearly it's going to get some kind of boost. And the boost is referred to as Xbox Enhanced. X Enhanced. Yo, so excited that the conference was trash, Jimmy. You hyped me up too much. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I hype myself up too much. Hardhead said, Jimmy, did you notice that they never explained how the 4K worked? Remember, it wasn't supposed to be 3840 by 2160. Yes, I did remember that. And clearly they're saying that not every game is going to be native 4K. So that's why I'm wondering, why didn't they talk about this sparse rendering technique that they're using? But I'm sure Digital Foundry will handle the business and get on them for that immediately. He said, don't cater to these Sony nerds. You know, Xbox killed it. I don't think Xbox killed anything, bro. I mean, we're going to talk about it. Like, we're going to talk about all of the highlights of the conference right now. I'm going to run through it, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about Bethesda, because that was also very disappointing to me as well. Forza Motorsport 7 was the only confirmed game to run at 4K native, 60 frames per second, and they said that the 60 was not dipping at all. I find that a little bit hard to believe. It kind of looked like it was from what I saw in the footage, but then again, we was watching a stream. Now, 4K 60 native, I definitely think you're going to see a lot of Microsoft games doing this. I believe that Crackdown won't be 4K native 60 because it's open world. You know, what was I right about, bro? So the next game that looked interesting, and this was definitely a display of the Xbox One X, and I'm going to have to expose some information here because y'all got bamboozled a little bit in the conference. Metro Exodus. This game was shown, and you know, if you saw my reaction in the podcast, the Sony podcast, the reaction, this looked amazing. This game looked good, but the problem was we found out later on that was actually PC footage. So the footage that they showed of Metro Exodus running in 4K was PC footage. And if you go to Steam right now, Metro is on there on sale. But if you go to G2A website, they have this game already for pre-order for PC. So I don't know. I felt like that kind of took points away from the conference when I found out that this was PC, because they were not specific enough to tell us these things. So that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up that we don't know if it was running on the actual Scorpio They said actual in-game footage, but the problem with it being in-game, it was in-game on PC. So of course you're gonna get it to run amazing on PC because you can turn all these extra features on to make it look good. So that was a little bit of a hoodwink and a bamboozle. Now I'm gonna move on past that because the game does look good. If it looks anywhere close to what we saw, then it's gonna look good. I'm gonna get the battlegrounds in a second. That's coming. It's on my list. It's coming. It's like the third game I'm about to talk about. Let me run through my list so I can get all these points out the way. Assassin's Creed Origins. This was an interesting looking game, but it kind of was going through an identity crisis. Clearly, Assassin's Creed was trying to be Rise, God of War. It was trying to be a lot of different games. You saw some assets from Far Cry in there. You saw some assets from Ghost Recon in there. The game looked pretty. It looked good. It looked like it may be accurate historically or somewhat accurate historically, but I don't think people are going to buy a game for it to be accurate, historically accurate. However, though, you say you can't trust Ubisoft when you see. Yeah, that's true. That's a fact. That's a fact. We know that too. But I don't trust nothing I see at a conference at E3 because everything is subject to change because they have so much time before it's going to release. But remember, Assassin's Creed is coming out in November. So what you've seen there is probably what you're going to get. Pardon me. Assassin's Creed is coming out October 17th. At least that's what this says. This got to be wrong. This day got to be wrong. I believe it was November 17th, not October. Matter of fact, let me double check this to make sure because that date don't look right that I got written down. I don't believe it was coming out that soon. Even though people were surprised it's coming out this year, I didn't see him skipping another year. Just double checking the date, the release date, because it says October 17th. I don't know if that's correct. Yeah, it's not correct. It's October 27th. Okay, I just had to make sure because that date did not look right. Okay, so my thoughts on Assassin's Creed is I'm getting it. I mean, I always get Ubisoft games. They kind of like, I'm a sucker for Ubisoft. Just keeping it all the way real. So I'm gonna move on. Ain't nothing really much to talk about there. A lot of people reacted funny to him curving the arrows and making them travel like heat-seeking rockets. You know, they got to do something to hype up the game and the mechanics. So I know that's what they're gonna do. I'm sure that's like an ability he has, like he has the eagle vision. So I'm gonna move on. Deep Rock Galactic is some kind of first-person Starship Trooper game. I was very unimpressed by this. I feel like this was for like a younger demographic, so I kind of blanked out when I saw that game. No, I did not play Life is Strange, and I was not interested in that game. So let's move on to Player Unknown. Okay, so this game is supposed to arrive late this year. It is a Xbox One console launch exclusive. The creators of the popular PC is basically Battle Royale game. Battlegrounds came out to announce that the game will be a console launch exclusive on Xbox One. It'll arrive late 2017. So they didn't give us an explanation for what the console launch is. They're gonna have to come out and explain why they were using that term. That term is like kind of sketchy. I'm just trying to see if they explained that term, because that was something that like a lot of people wanted to know why they were using that term like that. Okay, so look, I have some information I'm gonna read to you guys right now. Player Unknown Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox One exclusively this year. Whether it's a timed console exclusive or full-on exclusive isn't clear. So they haven't cleared that up. However, what they're saying is it's gonna be exclusive on Xbox for this year. Okay, so I'm answering that for y'all now. Timed exclusive or console launch exclusive is not clear on whether it's exclusive to the console or just timed. But either way, they're saying that it's going to have some kind of exclusive time on the console. It's either going to be exclusive for a period or it's going to be exclusive altogether. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that PlayStation may get it, but it's not going to get it at the same time. That's what it means, okay? So technically, yeah, I Do Games is pretty much saying it's some form of a timed exclusive. So we got some clarification. I will put this Let me see if I can share this link with y'all. Matter of fact, I should probably just share this page with you guys so you guys can see it for yourself, so you guys understand what's going on and y'all don't think that I'm making that up. All right, so I'm gonna share the page with you guys right here, as y'all can see it right there in front of you, so y'all can get some information. It says it clearly at the top. The immensely popular Players Unknown Battleground is coming to Xbox One exclusively this year. Whether it's a timed console exclusive or full-on exclusive isn't clear. So they're not clarifying what that really means exactly, which is kind of shady. So there's a lot of finessing going on, and this is one of those times. So anybody that's not trusting that, you shouldn't trust that. Very, very shady. Hardhead said, low key with a game like Players Unknown Battleground, we may never get this game on PS4 due to shitty devs. Nah, you will. The thing is, right? Here's the thing, right? Developers, unless they're being like brought or invested into directly by Microsoft, they're not gonna put their game exclusively on Xbox just because they have a new console coming out. Nobody's expecting a $500 console to boost the sales of the games because Prom was good. I just saw you. No one's expecting them to boost the sales because that console's gonna do what, maybe 10 or 20% of what their sales are now. Just like the Pro is only doing what, 20% of the PS4 sales. They said out of every PS4 sold, one is a Pro. So you gotta imagine how much lower would that accuracy be for the Xbox Scorpio, or should I say Xbox One X? That's probably gonna be 1 out of every 10. So it's not going to be that many consoles. So that's not going to push developers to go, okay, let me start making games exclusively for the Xbox One X because it's better hardware. They're not going to do that. You're going to still see PlayStation getting the marketing deals because they got the bigger audience. So they're going to still get catered to that way. Now, let's talk about the biggest disappointment for me at the conference, State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 is coming out literally 12 months from now, and I don't see why. They've been working on this game for so long. They needed this game to come out around the console launch to help give the library some substance for people to go out there and go, hey, let me go get a Scorpio so I can play all these new games in the best graphics. I don't understand why this game needs so many years to be developed and worked on. I really don't get it. I mean, it looks almost identical to the first one as far as the assets they used. It literally looked like it was the same game, and it just had different characters. And I didn't want to bash it and say that because I'm a fan of this game. I see enough there to warrant it needing another year to come out. Like, I don't understand that. So State of Decay was definitely the biggest disappointment for me at the conference. Even though I'm still going to get the game, it is a play anywhere game, so I don't have to buy the Xbox One X to play this game. And it brings me to another point about the console that shoots it in the foot. Every pretty much good game that they announced is a play anywhere game, giving you no reason to go out and buy this console. So once again, to me, they hurt themselves as far as giving developers an incentive to develop exclusively for this console. Once again, I don't know why they did that, but this is what happened. And it's unfortunate because I wanted to see them do better than that. Now, for people that were asking, let me say something else for those of you who are asking me, because Dark Cloud and me were like kind of joking going back and forth last night about this. I'm definitely gonna get the Scorpio day one. I'm gonna get it day one just because I'm a hardware guy. I gotta have it. It's gonna be one of those things. If I don't get it, I'm gonna be sitting there mad as fuck I didn't get it. So I'm gonna have to get it just to satisfy that itch that I have. Naruto said, "You know the PS4 is ass, bro." You know what, man? I still favor Xbox over PlayStation as far as platform is concerned, consoles. But I gotta be honest, I'm a gamer. Like, I can't sit here and damage control and justify what Xbox is doing right now because they're really fucking us over. If you're a loyal supporter of the console, they're fucking you over right now. Does enhance mean sparse rendering? Enhance means anything above 1080p. So yes, sparse rendering will be part of the term that they're using Xbox One X enhanced. They already said that pretty much that's going to be a thing. So we just have to get clarification on what games are going to be native and what games are going to be sparse, because the thing about Microsoft is they're saying that this is up to the developers to decide if they want to go full throttle 4K or do they want to use rendering and boost frame rates, because they're saying we could give you 4K 30 easy, no question. You can even do 4K 60 if you know what you're doing, but we want to give you the power and let you decide how to use it. So a lot of devs may choose to go parity route, because there's an argument online that some fanboys are making on Xbox side saying, okay, and I'm a graphic designer, and I'm not saying I do it for a living. It's what I went to school for, and I like to do it as a hobby. When you design graphics and stuff like that, it's true. You want the best illustration for your graphic, but we're talking about money here. We're not talking about a hungry, starving artist. We're not talking about somebody that's in Soho or the Village and he wants his art seen. We're talking about somebody that's trying to get paid for his work. He's going to make a game that's going to make the most money. Now, do you think he's going to take a game and go, let me go and make a Scorpio version that only 10 people are going to buy, and let me go make a PS4 Pro version that's weaker that 1 million people are going to buy? That's not how this shit works. They're going to make the games cater towards the bigger market and the bigger fan base and whoever's buying it. That's why they have what they call marketing deals. You're not going to go, okay, because Xbox is planning on going, hey, we got that same game PlayStation got, but in native 4K. Yeah, but how many people are going to buy the console? You just shot yourself in the foot and made the console $500, B. They fucked up with that price tag. Did you not notice when he announced the price of the console? Go back and look at the conference. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up right now. I want y'all to see when he announced the price of the console, how nobody gave no fucks about that. Nobody, there was not one peep on the crowd. Like, people legit sounded disappointed. People sounded very disappointed. Let me see if I can find that clip, because I think there's a clip just for that price reveal. If I can find it, I'm gonna play that shit right now for you. Yeah, it's right here. Let me pull this out. I want y'all to see the reaction in the crowd when he said that. Even Smooth came out of that conference keeping it real, and he was a little tight, man. Oh, I hate when people do that, man. I thought it was the price reveal, and this guy sitting up here. Able to handle 4K resolution. I'm trying to find it real quick for y'all. Hold on.
And that technology component to us is what we really need to make our vision and our art come alive. When I saw the specs of this thing, I'm like,
yeah, this fucking douchebag. He just did that to make it look like. Yeah, hold on. I know how to filter this out. Let me filter it out by the day. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and look, because I'm live right now. I don't want to take time and just pause everything and look for it. The bottom line is, when you get a chance, go look at the reaction from people when he said the price of the console, man. It killed it. He said, Jimmy, you slow. Xbox One X will be the first to the next gen MS release. Watch how it play out. Now, I know it won't. Here's the thing, Marcus. Let me explain something to you, because I recognize you from the Facebook group. First of all, I'm glad you brought that up. I want to explain how what you said is not true, because Xbox is actually kind of doing what they always do. They set up a trap for themselves here in next gen. Let me explain what they did. The Scorpio has to also be being developed. Like I said, remember I told y'all expected 2 SKUs for this console? They have to be developing a next-gen console already on top of the Scorpio, or else what they did was they gave Sony an advantage. Let me tell you why they did that. The hardware that's in the Scorpio, they're the first to make it. And AMD is making both PlayStation and Xbox consoles, by the way. If you guys ain't know that, y'all should know that, of course. What they did was make the process of the next PS5 cheaper by releasing the Xbox One X. Because now that hardware, if the PS5 decided to go with similar hardware, it's going to be much cheaper to produce now that it's already in mass production for the Scorpio. So they gave Sony an advantage on bringing out a beefier console for cheaper. So they can come out with a new console for $399 right now with the same specs as the Scorpio, because it's cheaper to make now the Scorpio went into mass production. So once again, Microsoft did shoot themselves in the foot as far as the next generation goes, because there's a rumor going around tonight that we may get some kind of PS4 Pro second release. I don't know if you guys heard about that last night, but there's a rumor going around that there may be a new console coming out for PlayStation. So get ready to be very, 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 very pissed off tonight, because I don't know if that's true, but I know that some of the rumors I heard were true and some weren't. One of the rumors I've been hearing a lot is that Sony is planning on releasing new hardware. So I don't know if you guys understand what's getting ready to happen if that is the case. But for those of you thinking that, yeah, the Scorpio is the first step in next generation, 9th gen, the Scorpio is definitely not a 9th gen console because it's being held back by the original Scorpio, Xbox One. You can't call it a next generation console if it's not breaking the bonds of the console behind it. It would have to be backwards compatible with Xbox One for it to be a 9th generation console. The fact that it's just running Xbox One game with new hardware enhancements makes it an 8th generation console. Yes, people will be pissed, but remember when Dark Cloud, well, I don't know if I should really, you know what, I'm gonna say it anyway. Hopefully it ain't something I'm revealing I shouldn't be revealing. When we were talking last night, they were saying that there's some kind of rumors of another PlayStation console. Remember they kept saying it's a PS5, but I'm hearing it's some kind of new enhancement to the Pro. Yeah, I highly doubt Sony would be crazy and say this tonight. I hope they don't do that, because if they do that, yeah, a lot of people will be mad. I'm gonna be mad, and I'm gonna be included in the group of people that are pissed off. Because I went out and bought a Pro for $399. There's no way I'm buying another Pro just because it's a little bit more beefier. That's pretty much fucking retarded at this point. I might actually say fuck console gaming at that point. So I just wanted to let you guys know that there are rumors that there is some kind of new PlayStation floating around. I'm just letting y'all know, because just like I heard about the Pro, I'm hearing about another version of the Pro now, just like I heard about the Pro. And I remember, Marcus, you were there in the Facebook groups when I was talking about it, and people said I was lying. I'm hearing this again. I'm hearing there's some kind of new PlayStation floating around him, and I heard there's some kind of development for another PlayStation console. I've been hearing so many references to a PlayStation console. There's something going on. There's some kind of PlayStation hardware floating around somewhere. Now, will they reveal it tonight? I don't think so. They might, though. They're saying that there's something that they're planning to reveal at the conference. They're planning on talking about some pro hardware. So let's see what it is. Nah, it didn't say release. Listen, Sixum, because this came from a reliable person. It came from a few reliable people. There is some kind of new PlayStation console and some kind of development right now. I'm telling you this right now. Yes, it is. I don't know if they're going to talk about it tonight, but too many reliable sources have pretty much all but confirmed there is some new kind of PlayStation console in development. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you that now. And there's some kind of teaser image around the internet where they're talking about a PS4 Pro. And let me see if I can look that up now. Let me see if I can look that picture up for you and see. You see if I can. Matter of fact, hold on. New version. Yeah, they're gonna have that shit locked down tight. You're gonna be able to see it. Yeah. So I'm not gonna delve too deep into that rumor, but just keep in mind that I told y'all there's some kind of new PlayStation hardware floating around that they're talking about. So we might be seeing something. Craig said I heard the same thing. You remember when I talked about the new console, right, Marcus? Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a new PS4. There's a new PlayStation in some kind of development. I don't want to call it a PS4. People are saying it's a PS5. The term that I was hearing is a new iteration of the Pro. I don't know if it's going to be a slimmer version or if it's going to be a beefier hardware. But if they do that, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be fucking angry. We all know Xbox where it's at, bro. I actually want a Scorpio. I'm going to get one. All right, so let's move on. We have Minecraft. I'm not going to say much about this. I'm going to move on from this. This is definitely for a younger demographic. I never cared about Minecraft. I tried it once, played it. My at the time girlfriend, she played it a lot, and I tried to play it with her, and it wasn't for me, so I let her play it. Moving on, we got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which is something I'm definitely looking forward to, because this is going to be a 2D Dragon Ball game from what it looked like, and they've done this before. But seeing Dragon Ball Z with a new engine is nice, because for the last 2 generations, they've been pretty much using the same engine, even though there have been iterations of that game that were nice. There was a Dragon Ball RPG game. That shit was hot. I wish they would bring another one of those out. Vita 2 rumors. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get to that. But that's not for this video. But I spoke about my thoughts on the Vita 2 rumor a few times already in recent videos. They have the Darwin Project, which looks like a cartoonish competitive survival game. Very true. We have Black Desert Online. I'm not going to comment on these two games. I don't care. The Last Night, that was pretty graphical looking, but I'm not going to comment on that as well. I'm going to move on to Covain. This game looked interesting. However, this game did look a little bit dated from what I saw in the textures. This looked like some kind of game they grabbed up from somewhere, which I'm pretty sure it pre-existed, and they're going to bring it to the Scorpio and call it a Scorpio, whatever they're going to use, the term they're going to use. What did they call it? A console launch exclusive or some crap like that. So we're going to move on from that. We got Tacoma, and that's coming in August 2nd of this year. Cuphead, which a lot of people are looking forward to. That's supposed to be coming out September 29th. I'm going to have to check that out due to the hype on that. And let's see what else do we have. Yeah. Life is Strange, Before the Storm. This is supposed to be a prequel. I did not play the first one, so I'm going to have to play the first one to check it out because a lot of you guys have been saying it's good. So I'm going to definitely have to play Life is Strange. Maybe I could stream that and you guys will play it with me so y'all can let me know what's going on with that game. We can do like a reaction, see if it's as good as y'all say it is. Because a lot of y'all say that game's good. Super Lucky's Tale. This is another game that I was not interested in. Now, they kind of did a finesse move. This is a VR game. It was confirmed to be a VR game. What I'm looking at says VR game. This is coming in November. But for some reason, the console was giving you the option to play it not as VR, which this game didn't really come off as a VR game when I've seen it anyway. I've tried this game with VR, and it didn't need VR. Yeah, he says Stream Life is Strange. I will. I'm going to check that out. Now, moving to the second biggest disappointment, which was the wackest game out of all of them, in my opinion, Sea of Thieves. This is a terrible game to me. I didn't like it when I played it at E3 last year. To see this game take so long to come out and it looks exactly the same as what I played a year ago. Once again, I have nothing good to say about this game. So I'm not going to really get into too much details other than if you really want to know how I feel about this game, you could probably go watch the stream that I did with Weapon Wheel, and you'll get my live reaction to it. But me personally did not like this game at all. Life is Strange is done by a different studio. I figured that because the whole layout of the game was different. This Life is Strange is only 3 episodes. I had that impression. Plus, it's a prequel. You could tell it was one of those things. You could tell it was one of those type of games that nonsense was going on. So now we got Crackdown 3. Another game that I didn't understand. Crackdown 3 was like maybe #1 disappointment just out of gameplay wise. They didn't show enough of the game, first of all. They didn't explain all the bells and whistles of why this was supposed to be a launch game with the Scorpio Xbox One X. You didn't see the power of the cloud. You didn't see destructibility. Everything looked cartoony like Borderlands all of a sudden. It did not look like that before. It just all around did not talk enough about the game. Now, before I reserve judgment and call the game trash and start bashing it, because I was never a Crackdown fan, I'm going to wait till they break it down a little bit more before I say, oh, this game is whack. Because I don't want to be one of them bandwagon dudes who just start coming up hits on my shit is whack just because shit, disappointed me. I'm disappointed in what they showed. Does not mean the game is whack, though. I'm not going to knock Crackdown 3 out yet because I know Xbox knows how important that is. Craig Harris said, what happened to 4K 60 on all titles? We're going to have to ask Smooth about that because I already said that 4K 60 was never happening for open world games. I already said that. You got a couple of games that they showed here that will not be 4K 60. I'm going to call it now. Crackdown is one of them. Sea of Thieves is another one. I'm going to run through the list real quick and tell you what games I know will not be 4K 60. Crackdown is one of them. Sea of Thieves is one of them. State of Decay is one of them. Battlegrounds is one of them. It should be 30, but it won't. Assassin's Creed is another one that will not be 60. Let me run through the list and tell y'all what games I know will not be 60. And Shadow of Mordor definitely will not be 60. Shadow of War, pardon me. And speaking of Shadow of War, that's the next game. This is the biggest game I'm looking forward to. But once again, they shot themselves in the foot. This game is going to come out a month before the Scorpio or Xbox One X. So I will already have had this game beat on PC because this is one of those games that I get and I play and I beat it. So this will be beat long before the Scorpio even thinks it's dropping on shelves. Now, I did tweet yesterday why the Scorpio did not have pre-orders because I told you guys that I was expecting pre-orders of the game, the console to be available at the announcement. So I don't know if you guys know I did tweet out why that is the case. And I'm going to explain that to you guys right now live. The Xbox One X is not available for pre-order right now because Microsoft is really out here bugging out. And apparently they don't have the licensing to sell the console yet, which is weird. Very weird. I don't know why they would have this situation going on currently right now. So they don't have the FCC approval to sell the console yet, which is fucking weird. They should have had this available ready before they even announced the console. That is very strange that Microsoft did that. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's because they weren't so sure the name they were going to use, but that is very weird. Yo, Rossetti, what's good, man? Yeah, you're not the same Rossetti from Harlem, right? I always meant to ask you that. You're not the same light-skinned Rossetti that be in front of the Apollo, right? In Harlem. I want to make sure that's not you. Because if that's you, I saw you a few times. I used to come up there and sell mixtapes. So I'm going to ask if that's you. And my old lady used to work at the school around the corner there. So I meant to ask you that, Rossetti, if that's you. Okay, so let's move on to the highlight of the showcase. This was actually the best game because this live stream is going long. You from the Shot? All right, I respect that, my brother. Shout out to everybody in Chi-Town, for real. Anthem was dope. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This game looked amazing. Now, I'm speculative as towards if this was an Xbox One X gameplay. This had to be PC gameplay because one thing I noticed about this game, matter of fact, I'm gonna actually share the screen with y'all right now on this. I want y'all to see this too, man. It's pre-alpha footage. It looked way too fucking good, yo. This game looked amazing. This is a day one pop buy for me, man. The problem is this is going to be on PC, and I know it's going to look better on PC. So that's kind of what hurts me when I see shit like this. But let's share the screen with y'all, man. Let's check this out real fast. Let me give it a little volume. Yeah, I don't want to show that. I want to go to the part where he was in the actual robot. Yeah, look at this, man. Look how amazing this looks. Let me turn the closed caption off. Amazing, man. The detail to his suit right here. I mean, when he jumps down, yo, this is the type of stuff that, yo, this is what I like about next generation games. The engine is doing it. So this is the Frostbite engine. I believe it's the Frostbite engine, the 18 phase of it, which most consoles have been using 16. So this is 18. This is the more tweaked up version, up to date, modern version of it. And look at this. This looks amazing, man. This looks amazing. This looks real good, y'all. I'm going to be honest, man. I could do this. I could fly around in games like this and do this all the time. And I remember in Spider-Man, I used to just swing around. I had nothing to do. I would just get in that game and swing around and do like stupid side missions because it was so fun. This reminds me of that. The graphics look amazing. The physics look ill. The physics like help a lot. And that's what this game has a lot of. This is what next generation is supposed to do. It's supposed to bring you more of this type of shit. Look at this, man. This is the part that blew me away, man. When he not here, let me skip a little because I don't want to watch the whole thing. Yeah, I gotta go back. When he dived in this water, I was, yo, that's crazy, y'all. Sick. And you see that HDR lighting right there. You can see all this HDR. This is dope. Look at this, man. Got the Iron Man suit. This game is definitely the highlight of the conference for Xbox. 100%. And it's interesting because EA had this game and didn't even show it at their own conference. They let Xbox show it, which is pretty good. Pretty good for Xbox. But I very much question if this is an actual PC playing right here. I highly doubt this is console because this is how PC games look, guys. This is when y'all be like, oh, the E3 version look different. The PC version be looking like this, man. When you put everything on max settings 4K, this is what you be getting on PC. We already got games looking like this on PC. That's why I be trying to tell some of you dudes on console that be talking about PC this, PC that. Look at that explosion. Now watch when this tree fall. Look at this. Look at the dirt. Look at the effects. Son, that's sick. Man, that looks amazing. That looks fucking amazing. That's definitely looking like PC to me. I don't care what nobody say. I highly doubt that is actually going to be console, man. Luster, what's good, man? So anyway, so that's the end of the Xbox games. That was the conference. The highlight of the conference to me was this game. Anthem, and then the other highlight for most people who were there, which is weird, is backwards compatibility for Xbox One original games. In my opinion, the people at the show, that was the biggest reaction they gave. Why? I have no fucking clue. But so let's run down a list of games real quick, and then we can move on from that. And I'm gonna give you my overall thoughts of what I thought about the Xbox conference, because I didn't dig it. Okay, so this is the list of games in alphabetical order. Anthem, which is not exclusive, and I'm gonna let you guys know what's exclusive and what's not. Okay, Anthem, not an exclusive, multi-plat. The Awful Escape of Francis Vendetta. This is a console launch exclusive, which means timed exclusive. Ashen, console launch exclusive. Once again, timed exclusive. Assassin's Creed Origin, multi-plat. Black Desert, console launch exclusive, meaning timed exclusive. Black Desert, console launch exclusive. I already said that. Code Vein, which y'all need to know, not exclusive. This is a multi-plat. Crackdown 3, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. Cuphead, Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. The Darwin Experience, console launch exclusive. All right, because that's another game people was asking about. Dead Rock Galactic, console launch exclusive. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, another game that I asked about. This is a multi-plat. Forza Motorsport, self-explanatory, play anywhere game. The Last Night, console launch exclusive. Life is Strange. This is what people was asking about. This is a multi-plat. Life is Strange is a multi-plat, guys. Metro Exodus, another game people were asking about. This is a multi-plat. Metro is a multi-plat. Shadow of War, we already know multi-plat. Minecraft, not an exclusive, multi-plat. Minecraft is also an exclusive, but we already saw that from the trailer. Ori, this is a game I asked about. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. Players Unknown Battlegrounds, console launch exclusive, timed exclusive, guys. Sea of Thieves, Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. State of Decay 2, play anywhere, Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. Super Lucky's Tale, play anywhere, Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. And last but not least, Tacoma. This is the only console exclusive that they show, guys, just to let you guys know. Tacoma is the only game that is going to be on the Xbox One solely, not on PC, okay? So out of all of these games we just mentioned, only one is a console exclusive, just to let you guys know, so you guys don't have the argument. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull this out right now and show you guys on screen so people can see this for themselves. Anybody ever want to ask about this or want to lie and say that it's not true, y'all can refer them to this time in the video, get a timestamp. And this is the list of games. I'm going to show it to you live so you guys can have this for your own reference if you want to know what's the story with the titles, okay? So let's just be clear. At the Xbox conference, only one console exclusive was showed. Now, I'm not saying it's the fuel of console war, but this is just the facts that we need so we know what is going on out there, okay? So there's no misunderstandings, okay? So let me share the screen. Once again, y'all see this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 games. Out of these 23 games, only Tacoma, which is the one at the bottom, is a timed exclusive. I mean, is a console exclusive. All right. So let's run through the list real quick of the games that they showed. Okay. So I don't know where they got 42 games at. I don't know what that was about. These are the games that they showed. All right. So like I said, I'm going to say this one more time and I'm going to leave it at that. Only one of these games is a console exclusive. One. All right. So let's move on. Overall, this is what I thought, man. The Xbox conference was a big disaster and a letdown. I feel like we're going to repeat 2013, like I said before, because this is the narrative. This is the way it's going. This is the way it's feeling. I think Sony's going to come and put their foot up Microsoft ass tonight. I wish Microsoft would stop trying to go first and keep falling for the same repetitive like hook and sink, man. Sony does it all the time, man. So, you know, once again, you can't look at a list of games like that and only see one console exclusive and go, shit is going good over here. It's not. So, you know, I was hoping that Microsoft would come through. They didn't come through, in my opinion. I'm very much let down. I feel like this generation is over completely for Microsoft. I'm not going to just jump ship. I'm gonna get a Scorpio day one, but I'm not looking forward to anything coming out of Microsoft's side until next year, and that's gonna be State of Decay 2. And it's unfortunate for the next 2 years they got one game that I'm looking forward to. So overall, my score on the Xbox conference was a 7. I'm gonna have to bring that down to like a 6, man. I'm sorry, because I didn't like the way they represent. BG said that, and I gotta agree with him. I did not like the way they presented the games, and for the price of the console, I did not like that. So overall, I'm gonna say that I was very disappointed in the Xbox One conference. Now let's talk about Bethesda, because this is real quick. It ain't really much to talk about here. Bethesda had a couple of games. Now they had 2 games that I was interested in, and they had a DLC. So Bethesda's conference was only 30 minutes, and the rest was like kind of fluff and fuller. So we're gonna go over the games that they had real fast, and this is what we're gonna talk about. Okay, the first thing that they had that a lot of people are gonna want to see is they had Wolfenstein 2. And when I say Wolfenstein, whatever you want to call it. But they had a sequel to that game, and it's set in America. Looked pretty good. The footage that they showed definitely was running on a PC, 100%. And I have no question that it was running on PC. And this game looked interesting. Another game that they had that looked interesting was the standalone chapter for Dishonored 2, which is DLC. Trigger Man, I'm gonna get into your comment in one section. He said Bethesda just wasted time. Pretty much their conference was, look, I'm gonna be honest, there was the best conference so far was EA's, and that's saying a lot, man. Because that conference, that's saying a lot that EA had the best conference so far. The standalone chapter for Dishonored, where you play as one of the side characters in the main story, Luca, and you know it's a chapter in the game. It comes out September 15th. It's not sure if you need the original game or not, but from what I'm seeing is it look like you will. But if they're smart, they'll do that like Uncharted is doing and make it standalone DLC. I'm getting it. Oh, matter of fact, it is standalone. It says standalone chapter. So it is a standalone DLC for Dishonored 2. All right. So that was the one thing I'm looking forward to playing, as long as the price is right. Wolfenstein, I'm definitely going to check out. And last but not least, no, let me not say last but not least. Let me talk about the games I didn't care about. Doom and Fallout Virtual Reality, did not care at all about those. I'm not going to speak on it too much. It didn't look like anything special. You have mods on PC where you could already do this to the game. So they pretty much just took the mods and made it official. So I'm definitely not digging that. That's kind of lazy. So let's move on to the main game that everybody was looking forward to that I'm going to talk about is The Evil Within 2. I'm very disappointed in this game, even though I'm going to get it. Well, let me explain why I'm disappointed. It's supposed to be a sequel, and I know the story of The Evil Within because I beat it twice. Sebastian is a police officer, spoiler alert, from the first one. Now, the fact that he's returning in this one is cool, but if you watch the trailer, it says he got to pluck himself back into that pretty much network and go get his daughter. What I don't like is now the cat's out of the bag that it's not real. So how can they expect you to want to go back and play the game? What did they do? They made it more weird. So now it's like a Silent Hill game. The first one was more Resident Evil. Now they're going to go with the Silent Hill weird shit. The floor is melting. He's turning to milk. I don't like that type of shit. I don't like games that get weird. I don't like shooting characters made of cheese. I don't like shooting monsters made of milk. I don't like shit like that. So overall, The Evil Within just went on the shit list for me because you blew away the whole premise of the game by telling you, okay, yes, everything that was done in the first one was fake. You were hooked into a machine all this time. Now go back and do it again. Don't use the same character. You know what I mean? So they kind of blew the story of the game by trying to get you to redo the same story again, because what made the first one crazy is you didn't know whether or not if it was real until the end. So in this one, you know everything's fake, and they're asking you to just go do it anyway. And it's over the top stupid. I saw him turn into milk and falling through floors. I didn't like that. So I'm going to give The Evil Within a chance because I like the first one a lot. And I'm going to get the second one. But I'm just disappointed that me being a person that knows the story, knowing that part of what made the story good was the fact that you didn't know whether it was real or not. You know it's fake now. So now they kind of took away what was the whole oh shit, boom moment of the game. Resident Evil 7 is weird, definitely, but they explain why it was weird. The characters were made of mold, and it discussed the characters. The characters on this are literally made of milk. They said it. There's like a whole bunch of jokes roasting this game online, calling it like milk monsters. I'm gonna show you right now, so you guys don't think it's just me saying this. Let me pull the screen up right now for you guys and show y'all, because I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing the game, being unfair. I'm telling y'all what I saw and what people agree with. So I'm gonna share the screen with you guys right now, so you guys can see for yourself, man. One thing about me, I'm not a complaining ass person. Like, if a game come out, I'm willing to try it, man. I'm gonna try that joint. I'm gonna go all the way in. Now, as you can see from the bottom of the screen, what does it say? The Evil Within 2 scares, scary milk faces. What is The Evil Within 2? A sequel to Resident Evil's creator Shin Mikami's 2014 game. About Ambrose Stroke's original protagonist Sebastian Castellanos is searching for his daughter in a serial nightmare escape. But you need to watch the trailer to get the full force of the weirdness, including a milk-themed visual modified straight out of Westworld. See, they called it a milk-themed visual. Now, if you don't know what this is right here, where it says motif, a visual motif is an effect that is put on something, because the first Evil Within had a lot of effects in it that I hated. So I changed the end file and took out the film grain and all of the effects I hated about the game, and it looked a lot better. A lot of people who play casually are not going to do that to a game. You shouldn't have to go into the end file and change features on a game to make it look the way you want it to look. They should just simply have the feature where you can turn off the motion blur, the film grain, all of that stupid shit. This game is using a modifier to make it look like milk. So this is what I'm talking about. Shit like that, I'm like, I just don't see the point in it. I don't see why they're going and doing all of that nonsense. So I'm a little bit disappointed, because that makes the game weirder than it has to be. Imagine you're running from something and you're supposed to be scared and it's made of milk. It takes away from what the game is supposed to be about. They're just trying to make the game weird. And that's what I didn't like about Evil Within 2. Yes, it looked good, but I didn't like that. Yo, Brick City Gaming, what's good, fam? So overall, Bethesda's conference was what I expected. Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 4, Skyrim. Now, we know Skyrim is coming for the Switch. Congratulations to you guys on the Switch who actually care about that old-ass game coming to it. Me, personally, I don't care. Now, overall, the Bethesda conference, I'm not going to knock because it was what I expected. But the Xbox conference was a disappointment. Now, somebody asked me something in the chat, and I said I was going to get back to that question. I'm trying to find a question that you asked me. Evil Within is garbage. Evil Within is pretty good. I'm going to be honest with you, man. But if you didn't know the story, you know, it's a pretty good game to play. He said, don't spoil the milk, please. Yeah. Give me some milk. See, I got all the milk jokes. This is what I'm saying, right? That milk is crazy. Brick City Gaming. I'm trying to look for the question you asked me. I said, oh, here you go. Why are Sony devs able to expose the power of the PS4 more than the Xbox devs? Okay, listen. I believe it's Xbox On. Phil Spencer did an interview, and he said in the interview, and I could be wrong about which interview it was, but he did say this in one of his interviews that he did this year. He said that the reason that the developers of games like The Last of Us are making games that they can't get on Xbox is because they don't have access to developers who have that kind of imagination. And that's the problem right there. PlayStation is getting the good talent. That's the problem. Xbox is getting the leftovers of the good talent. Microsoft and Sony handle business differently. Sony seems to know when they see talent and they scoop it. Microsoft wants to get talent and shake hands and say, hey, let's take a picture together. No, motherfucker, bring that to your studio and sign that motherfucker. Give him a deal. Let him do your next mixtape. Microsoft is doing bad business, man. When they gave up the Call of Duty marketing deal, I felt like they was fucking up. I'm like, yo, how many tournaments did you see Xbox 360 sitting there? Tons of them. And I'm going to talk about something that nobody talks about because I know about this from living my life, and a lot of y'all don't know this, but it's going to sound crazy. I'm going to be honest, another reason that the Xbox 360 sold more than the PlayStation was due to the fact that it was hacked. A lot of people knew how to hack Xbox 360 and get free games. If it wasn't for that, the PlayStation 3 would have outsold the 360 hands down. I can't tell you how much of piracy went on with the Xbox 360, but it was very, very bad. It was worse than PC, and people won't admit that. I could tell you from working in repair shops and seeing all kinds of shit in people's Xboxes that was hacked, hacked devices. People had a way to hack hard drives and put 500 games on their Xbox, all pirated. The Xbox 360 sold a lot because of piracy. The PS3 had a jailbreak, but the difference between PS3 and Xbox 360 was a jailbreak is only for an update. Once you update this firmware, the jailbreak is now disabled. The Xbox had flashable hardware, which means that in order to break the update, you have to update the hardware. So Xbox had to manually force updates on the console in order to break your hack, which means all you had to do was rehack it again. So Xbox had a much easier console to hack in that 7th generation. And a lot of people were buying Xboxes because they were getting banned. And I got 3 Xboxes banned just for going online and getting reported. So a lot of people brought extra consoles. You had the 3 reasons people brought Xbox to be consoles. And I'm going to tell the truth about this. You had the jailbreaks. Pardon me, that's the wrong term. You had the hacks, the firmware hacks. You had the red ring of death, and then you had the people that were getting banned. So when you factor in all those 3 people, the average Xbox person brought at least 2 Xboxes, possibly 3. If you went through the whole 360 cycle, you brought at least 2 Xboxes. I don't care for what, for whether it be you had a red ring, whether it be you needed you were hacking, or maybe you got reported. But for one of those 3 reasons, if you had an Xbox 360, you brought at least 1. See, he said I brought 3. Anybody in the chat who bought a 360 from beginning to end, or for majority of that era, another person said I brought 3. You brought at least 2, and the average person brought 3, just like me and you and y'all are saying that in the chat. So that's the reason this is happening now. Xbox let go of a lot of things they should not have let go of. And one of the main things they should have never let go of was the marketing deals. Even though I know Phil Spencer said it's better money invested, what did you took the money and do with it? Because you didn't take the money and develop games, you developed the console. This is the 3rd Xbox console. What he should have done was kept those marketing deals that they have from 360. You can't take games like Street Fighter 5, Call of Duty, tournament games, and take that fan base and don't take the marketing deal. How do you not put Street Fighter on the console? That was retarded. You got to have those games there. Remember, think about when you used to see tournaments back in the day. You used to see Xbox 360s and consoles everywhere. Now, I know what I'm going to say is going to sound bad, but I'm being patriotic right now. You got a Japanese console sitting in American tournaments. That's retarded. And then you want to know why your console's not selling in Japan. Your console's not selling here. You let go of your territory. So Xbox is doing a lot of things they shouldn't be doing right now. And that's the problem with the Xbox, in my opinion. You don't let go of your marketing deals like that. That's totally stupid. Call of Duty, when they let go of the marketing deal, I was completely like flabbergasted. I said, are y'all really that dumb? Y'all gonna let go of Call of Duty thinking the game was gonna die? That game is not gonna die no time soon. So yeah. Xbox conference was better than E3 because they had more shit in it than E3 had. But at the end of the day, it was not a good conference. Nobody had a good conference yet, really, to be honest. It looks like so far, and I hate to say this, but I'm just keeping it real. Sony looked like they may end up having the best conference out of this E3 once again. Yo, my PS3 caught the yellow light too. That's what ended up bringing me to Xbox. I never played Xbox until my PS3 caught a yellow light. When it caught a yellow light, I got an Xbox 360, and I ended up staying on an Xbox 360. So I've been on Xbox for 8 years now. But I was originally a Sony pony, like hard body. PlayStation 1 when it came out had it. PlayStation 2 when it came out had it. PlayStation went online with the PS2 had it. PS3 day one, I paid $700 for my PS3 day one, had it. PS4 day one had it. PS Pro day one had it. You know, so I always was there for PlayStation, and PlayStation always had a good console. But I like the community on Xbox better. That was the reason I prefer Xbox. What model did I have on what? The 360 or the PS3? The PS3, I had the original 80 gig backwards compatible fat model. I still have it actually to this day. When my console caught a red yellow light, They tried to give me one of those other consoles, and I fucking refused. I said, give me back my motherfucking backwards compatible PS3. I got one of the rare PS3s that will play PS2 games. So I made sure I kept that. A lot of people tried to buy it, and I'll confess, my shit is flashed as well. It's jailbroken. It's sitting in my living room, jailbroken now. I don't got no games on it. I'm not pirating, but I did it because I'm a tech guy. I was like, let me see if I could jailbreak this shit. I jailbroke it. So, you know, it's sitting there like that. So anyway, overall, man, I'm disappointed in the Xbox conference. I mean, I'm glad to see new hardware coming out. It is good, but I feel like they didn't put enough pressure on Sony to matter. And that's the problem right there that I'm having. Because Sony's probably going to feel like they could just come and do what the fuck they want now. Because they didn't put enough pressure on Sony, in my opinion. It's like they're just existing in the same ecosystem as Sony. And I don't like that. I wanted them to give that competition to Sony. So I feel like Xbox is just going to continue to struggle this whole generation. And, you know, when a new PlayStation comes out, then we could get a new fight. Because the tides could turn with a new PlayStation. If they bring out a new PlayStation, that means they got to start all over. And if they do that, then the tide could turn. He said there's no way they show 42 games and you didn't like anything. I guess you guys didn't hear what I said. I'll give you a rundown real fast of the games that I did like. But the problem with the games that I liked is this is the problem. It's not that I didn't like the games. It's that none of the games that I liked were Scorpio games. There were no reason to buy an Xbox Scorpio for these games. Look, State of Decay 2. I'm definitely getting it. This is a Windows 10 game as well as an Xbox game. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, not exclusive. Liked it. Metro Exodus, not exclusive. Liked it. Middle Earth, Shadow of War, not exclusive. Liked it. What else? Assassin's Creed Origins, not exclusive. Liked it. Anthem, another great game, not exclusive. Liked it. Nothing I liked that they showed is only on Xbox. That's the problem. 9 out of 10 of the games that I just mentioned are all going to be on PC, which is going to run at 4K 60, no questions, no problem for me. So yeah, there's nothing that will make me go, hey, I saw something here, let me go run and get a Scorpio. It's no reason. Do I think this Xbox One X is worth it for people who have an Xbox One? No, I do not. If you have a 4K TV, then yeah, you should get it because it is nice to see those upgrades. I'm not going to sit here and hold you and lie to you. If you have a 4K TV, go get a new 4K console. Trust me, you're going to like it. It looks better. You're going to really appreciate the upgrade in graphics. You're going to see it and you're going to appreciate it. However, if you don't have a 4K TV or you still feel like you don't need 4K, then don't get it. There's no reason to get. The only reason you need to get the console is if you don't want a gaming PC, you don't feel like building, want to spend all that money, and you think 500 is an easier way to go, then yeah, go get the Scorpio. But if you have a gaming PC that's decent in the 980 era and up, then yeah, you don't really need to get that. Now it's not about exclusives. It's about, look, this is what he's not understanding. Brandon, this is what you're not understanding. It's not about, oh, they needed to have exclusives to make the conference good or to make the console good. It's about a reason to make people go buy the console. If you already have an Xbox One S, you don't need to upgrade to this console because you could play those same games. If you have a 4K TV and a gaming PC, you don't need to upgrade to this console because you can still play those games. This is why they needed exclusives. They needed an incentive for you to go buy this console. They didn't give you one. Then the console is $400, $500, pardon me. It's too expensive. And you have a PS4 Pro running around here for $350. It's going to be $340. It's $399. You know they're going to market it in the $350. That's the problem. Yo, King Bean, what's good, boy? I ain't seen you in a long time, my brother. But that's the problem that we're having right now. That's the huge deal. That's the huge fucking problem right now. He says Sony's going to flop today. Remember, just keep in mind, I don't want to talk too much about Sony in this video because I'm going to do a Sony video later. But keep in mind, let's run down the list of games that I know are going to fucking put a foot up Microsoft's ass. And this is just me keeping 100. Spider-Man, Days Gone, God of War 4, The Last of Us 2. And I'm forgetting one. What's the one I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting one. I'm forgetting a big one too. God of War, Days Gone, The Last of Us 2. I keep thinking State of Decay. It's 5 games. Spider-Man, and it's one more I'm forgetting. It's one more I'm forgetting. One big title I'm forgetting. Lost Legacy. Hell no. Let me see. See if I can pull up a quick list of the games that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, we forgot. Okay, let's see. We got The Last of Us 2, Gran Turismo, Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, Lost Legacy, Uncharted 4 DLC. That was the one I was thinking of. God of War, The Last of Us 2. Damn, look at this. Look at how many. Look, I'm looking at this. I don't want to say it because there's so many now. I'm gonna run through the list though. Let me run down a list of games that I just pulled up. God of War. Matter of fact, let's start from the beginning. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just share the damn screen with y'all so we can see this together. I want y'all to see this for yourselves. Look at the amount of games that they got coming through here that's gonna shit on what happened last night. And I don't want to be negative and say that, but I gotta keep it real. This is the situation. So let me share the screen with y'all. Let's start from the beginning. Now look at how many games. Let me pull up the comment. I want to see what y'all say. I want to see people say something about this. All right, I'm gonna run the photo gallery from the beginning, and I want y'all to see this for yourselves. Look at the list of games. Check this out, y'all. Spider-Man. Right? Nah, look. Crash Bandicoot. Right? Trilogy. God of War. Days Gone. Look at this. This is tonight. This is for tonight. Hellblade, another great game because y'all know who made that, right? The Last of Us 2. Detroit Become Human, PS4 exclusive. Gran Turismo. I'm showing y'all some leaks, by the way. Dreams and Media, PS4 exclusive. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Uncharted Lost Legacy. Let it keep going because we're gonna repeat. Spider-Man. Look at this game. Look at these games right here, y'all. And y'all gonna tell me that Microsoft is fucking with that? With what they showed last night? Keep it real, bro. You can't say they fucking with that. Look at this shit. Look at this fire right here, boy. Hellblade. Look at this game is crazy right here. Yo, Hellblade is $30 dropping in August. I don't believe you, son. That shit is too fire. That game, yo, Heavenly Sword was my shit, fam. I love that game, yo. They got something from Microsoft conference you want to point out. What's that? What's that you want to point out from the conference, bro? All Sucker Punch's new IP. Listen, we already know there's going to be surprises. I just want y'all to see the confirmed exclusives and games that's going to be there that they're going to show you tonight. This is the games that they're going to show you tonight. I wanted y'all to see this. You said half of these aren't exclusive. Half of what ain't exclusive? The games I'm showing you right now, with the exception of one, said exclusive. The ones I'm showing you right now on the screen. Yeah, Heavenly Sword was the shit, fam, and that's what Hellblade is. It's the successor to that. That's why I'm looking forward to Hellblade. If it's $30, I'm gonna go crazy. That's hard to believe that they're gonna make that game through. I seen that game in action already. That shit looks sick, dog. So what did you want to point out from the conference? It's funny you showing that list, Jimmy, knowing Sony, there's going to be more stuff than these. Yeah, I know there's going to be more stuff than this, but this is the stuff that we know they're going to show tonight. That's the crazy shit. That's the crazy shit. This is the stuff that we know they're going to show. That's what's making this crazy. The salt is real. You got a serious question for me? Ask me, because I'm waiting for you to ask me what y'all wanted to point out about the conference from Xbox. Hellblade is not a multi-plat, to my understanding, because it's made by the people who made Heavenly Sword, and that's a Sony studio, to my understanding, ain't it? I don't think they make. Let me go to Hellblade. Yeah, it says on PS4. It doesn't say exclusive though, so it might not be exclusive. That's the one game that is not saying exclusive, but that could mean it's coming to PC though. I hope that Xbox would get Hellblade because that is a PS4 type of game. They need games that run on those type of engines on Xbox, so I would love that. He said, "How do you fuck up Halo MCC to not release Halo 3?" See, this is what I'm saying. I agree with you. He said Brandon is leaking. Yeah, he kind of like evaporated. Where you at? He said, "Why are you trying to sound like Heartache? Get your own lingo." Y'all start to argue in the chat. All right, but anyway, yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to tonight. For those of you that want to know, there will be a Weapon Wheel live reaction to the Sony conference. It's gonna be a whole lot of pony in them in there. So all of my Xbox dudes that be showing up, show up. I will be there to counteract all of the pony powder. Even though I can't front, y'all might see me just a little too, because I'm a gamer at the end of the day, and I know Sony about to give us what we fucking looking for. They about to stick that needle in our arm and give us that fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's gonna be pony powder city in there. So be careful if you are an emotional Xbox person. Because I'm gonna be honest, I know some of that shit gets y'all niggas mad. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of y'all legit do be getting mad. So I'm giving y'all an honest warning. Y'all know dudes be on their pony shit in there. That's my dudes and shit. But sometimes they be on it. And I'm gonna keep it real and say y'all might see me on it a little bit too. So don't get upset, because at the end of the day, I'm a gamer and I'm gonna get excited when I see some of these games that I see in this picture. Hellblade is definitely gonna get my fucking shit going. The Uncharted Lost Legacy is going to have my shit flowing. Spider-Man is going to have my shit flowing. God of War is going to have my shit flowing. The most game I'm looking forward to, believe it or not, is going to be Days Gone, and that's going to have my shit flowing as well, along with Hellblade, along with Last of Us. Look, all these games. I'm going to just keep it a stack with y'all, so I'm sorry. My pony powder might fall on the floor tonight. Don't get mad. That's all I'm saying, all right? So I'm about to end the stream and get out of here because this joint is like an hour and a half long. Thank you to everybody. Like I said, if anybody knows the timestamp, you could put in the chat when I show the list of games, because people are gonna talk shit, and I'm gonna be honest, you can't really talk shit if you look at that list of games and see only one game is gonna come out exclusively for the console out of every game. So don't do that, because this video is gonna be here and people are gonna say like, "Oh yeah, well look," and they're gonna reference that. So just take it easy out there. We'll get them again on the next round or the next console, whatever. But Xbox is definitely on chill mode now. They're gonna have to take a seat after this, dog. All right. So let me end the stream, guys. Let me stop sharing the screen. Damn, look at that lineup though. That's I'm gonna be honest, man. God damn, they fucked up. All right, share the screenshot with me on Twitter, fam. Anyway, let me get out of here. 3 games aren't exclusive though. Which 3 games, Willie? Which 3 games is not exclusive? Are you talking about Final Fantasy? I think you're talking about Final Fantasy. Dream Set exclusive. Turismo's exclusive. Detroit is exclusive. Last of Us exclusive. Hellblade, Final Fantasy. Days Gone. Wait, these might be exclusive though. Days Gone don't say exclusive, and that is exclusive. And Last of Us, God of War don't say exclusive, and that's exclusive. So maybe they don't say exclusive because these games will come out on PC. But I doubt it. I know Sony's not bringing out none of this shit on PC. Let me see real quick what games you're saying is not exclusive. Hellblade is exclusive, right? Crash, Hellblade. Yeah, those is exclusive. Hellblade got to be exclusive because it's made by a Sony company. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's no way that's coming out on Xbox. Days Gone is exclusive. I know Days Gone is exclusive. Oh, so it's coming to PC. That's what. Oh, well, you call that not exclusive. But we talking about Xbox and PlayStation right now, though. Hellblade comes to PC. That's great. Oh, we know they're gonna have surprise IPs, but we talking about the ones that we know they're gonna show. Sony don't own Ninja Theory, but don't they own some of the shit that they're using to make the game? That's what I'm talking about, like the engine and all that. Don't they own that? Don't they own some of the assets that's being used in the game? That's what I'm talking about. Like, they don't gotta own the studio, but don't they own some of the tech that they're using to make the game? because Ninja Theory is an independent studio, but I think the way they make that game is with some kind of Sony assets. Crash is we know. Look, every game I just showed you is gonna be exclusive, man. Trust me. Oh, every game I just showed y'all is gonna be exclusive. It's not coming out on Xbox. Let me put it that way. Because God of War says it's not exclusive either, and you know that's not coming out on PC. So I'm not even gonna go back and forth about that because I know damn well God of War is not coming out on no PC. I know for a fact that ain't happening. Sony has the best exclusives. All right, we getting fanboyed out. Even though you're right, we getting fanboyed out though. We getting fanboyed out. But yeah, man. I will be getting a Scorpio day one though. But it's time to really end the stream. This shit going too long, and I gotta go move my car. My car's sitting in the middle of the road. All right, but y'all be good, man. Y'all be blessed. I'm out of here later. Peace.